Today we're rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Let's see how Zyberish they are today. We're going to start off with the Raiding Brute of Vault 100. Yeah, that's 100 of them. It's a 1/1 Elemental Brainy. It's Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's coming out of a vault. Flying. Whenever Raiding Brute of Vault 100 attacks, it's always confusing when there's a number in the name. You may sacrifice 2 foods. Now, if you do, Raiding Brute of Vault 100 deals 3 damage to each opponent. This is actually incredibly reasonable. In fact, it probably sucks. It's literally a 5-mana 1/1 flyer. I have to sacrifice 2 foods, which was worth like 6 life to me. Instead, we're just going to deal 3 damage to every other opponent. Yeah, very, very incredibly underpowered. Oh, wow, I didn't think about that, Lyrical Star. You're right. It's food for thought. Complete food for thought. Now, we have a bingo card here today. We got a new bingo card. Cute art. Choose A or A. Votes for references another card. Chad has 1 brain cell. That's not a very... It was created by Fergenka. That's not a very nice cell over here. Player is a card. You win the game. 1 card combo. Last ability breaks the card. Yeah, the last ability. Everything can be reasonable except the last one. Random text only. Discusses the rules. Where mana cost. Yeah, where's the mana cost? Chaos ensues. That's our free space here. I mean, basically everything chaos ensues. We can just do that in advance. Stating the obvious, it's Zybers. Look at it. No creature type. Loyalty on creature. Obvious misspell. AI gave up halfway. Land with mana cost. Yeah, that's always weird. Add random mana. Play to lose. Fleshes have been reached. And new card type. I don't think this hits any of them, to be honest. This is just like a regular lame Magic the Gathering card. Okay, moving on. We got the seasoning. The Seizing Lone Batist. This is a land. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. This is strictly better City of Brass. Tap each opponent's life total becomes 1! What? Okay, this is like, it's Wildfire on a land, essentially. Turn 1. Okay, we're playing by the Wildfire Rule 0. Wildfire Rule 0. It's basically the same thing because, like, okay, you play this turn 1, tap it, everyone's life total goes directly to 1, and nobody has any permanents in play. Just like Wildfire. The last ability broke the card. You're not right. There wasn't a lot of abilities on this card, but you're not wrong. Where was that last ability? Yeah, the last ability breaks the card. All 2 of them. All 2 abilities over here. So there's some other cards that are like ability number 1, lame. Ability number 2, lame. Ability number 3, lame. 4th ability, it danger! It always at danger. The one-sided on each... Oh, yeah! I didn't even realize... Holy crap! This doesn't even affect us! It doesn't even affect us. It just affects everybody else. I mean it might as well be GG. You can scoop it up. I mean, fetch lands offline. All right, no more paying life for your Force. We got Force of Will offline. You pay Force of Will. That's it for you. You can go straight to the dumpster. Dumpster your deck and your hopes straight into the graveyard. You know, putting someone to 1, you know, that's good strategy. That's really good. That's next level thinking. People will never be able to play those Force Wills to interact with your combo decks. They won't be able to play their fetch lands. That's bad deck building on their part. Yeah, ruin your friendships, the card. And so on. Does this count as you win the game? No, this does not count. Does this count for you win the game? Absolutely not. Because you don't actually win the game on that. I mean, it's not a good spot. I mean, I wouldn't be happy to be down to 1 life. But I mean, it's not over till it's over. Okay, completely busted. We're all in agreement? Yeah. You and I feel like this is Tabernacle the Pendrell Vale of today. Because I feel like Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale is like a pretty busted card by itself. And might as well say I'm at 1 life, because I can never keep anything on the battlefield. Crushing Blood. This is a white 3 generic sorcery. Until end of turn, target creature gains Fear Wolk until end of turn. I guess if you're scared, you're gonna be very fearful. You're not gonna want to block me. It's a basic. It sounds like some sort of buffed up fear of some sort. Fear Wolk. It it walks on fear. It can feel fear. Do we consider this a new ability? Was that on the bingo card? New ability, obvious misspell. Or maybe this is an obvious misspell? No, there is no such. There is something called fear, but not Fear Wolk. Yeah, I gave up halfway. I don't know what I call this. I don't know what we call this here. It wolks on to fear. Fear Walk is just fear, intimidate, and menace. Oh, all combined. All combined to bring us a super way to not be blocked. What does that look like? Hold on. You said fear. So it can't be blocked except for black and artifact creatures. Then intimidate. I don't remember what that one is. Menace, it can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. So you need to have like at least 2 black and artifact creatures to block this thing. Imagine putting that all on one card. I think I'd be in for that. That's very, very interesting. It might be a misspell, but it's not obvious. Yeah, we can never tell. Okay, this is potentially playable if we only knew what Fear Wolk is, which we don't. We're going to move on. Okay, we got Gethon Sish. It's a 7-mana colorless 1/2 creature. It be small. It's a little fellow over here. I don't know why it costs so much mana. Okay, flying. Whenever a creature Gethon Sish deals 3 damage to target creature with mana value 108/8. This made absolutely no sense at all. This was definitely some sort of chaos ensued on this part. The free space has been found. We got it. We got chaos ensued big time. Mana value of 188. Hey, yeah, unfortunately, you can't even name X as like a 188 card because once it's on the battlefield, X is equal to 0. It's fine. Somewhere deep into the future, there are mana values beyond our comprehension. So way beyond Emrakul. There's like a universe large like creature out there. 3024 card we don't know the ramifications of yet. It's probably banned. It's so strong. Or so weak, I don't know. No card, no type, and random mana. Does that add mana? It's not there is no creature type. Modern Horizons 420. Isn't CMC different to mana value anyway? No, they're the same actually. They're identical. Just it's converted mana cost. That's the old school way of talking about mana cost. Now we talk mana value. For some reason, converted mana cost, that confused people. What's converted mana cost? I don't understand what this is. It makes no sense. Converted from what? Now we just call it, now it's mana value. It's the same thing. Same thing, new terms. I can't, mana value doesn't exactly roll off the tongue for me. I don't know about the rest of you. I like the converted mana cost. The CMC. Yeah, otherwise, you got to put MV. That doesn't, MV. My van. CMC means nothing else. Verbs like 2100 MTG, quantum mana cost. You count the mana in your past and future at the same time and add them all up. All the different universes together. Okay, I don't know what this means, so. It says it's Gethon Sish deals 3 damage to target creature with. I mean, okay, it's technically playable, right? I mean, it's a legal card. And it might even be important. I don't know what 3 damage is going to do to a 188 mana value card. It's not like it's going to have 3 toughness, if you know what I mean. It's not like that. It shouldn't be like that anyhow. So I guess it's fine. Are we allowed to donate for custom card reviews on AI-generated streams? Nope, we don't do that. Only for custom card shows. But what you can do is do something like Winter Fox did. Let's extend the show by 10 cards immediately. So for each super chat, we will look at 1 more AI-generated card after the hour mark. Okay, moving on. We've got Witch Cannon. I like that. It's like a play on words a little bit. So it's a Witch Cannon, but which cannon is it? It's a land. It's got cycling of 2. Witch Cannon enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an island. Ooh. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tapped out of blue. Okay. I love it. This is a strictly better island at this point. Tap which cannon deals 1 damage to any target. This is awesome. I love it. How is this too powerful? It's strong. I'm not gonna... I bet Commander could suck it up, though. I bet they could. This looks great. Yeah, the ping land. Oh, you got something? I'm gonna ping you. I think it's Zybers too. I mean, I'm not... Don't get me wrong. This is super strong. I would never want to see this in play in, like, Legacy or Modern or Pioneer. But for Commander, it's not my fault you have 1 toughness creatures in your deck. Look, that format is allowed to have Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale, for crying out loud. And what's it called? And Maze of Ith. How is this any worse than that? You tell me. Yeah, oh yeah, Manador, anti-Manador. That could hurt, actually. Yeah, turn 1, snipe off your damn Birds of Paradise. There's so much land go in Commander 2. But let's go with Legacy, let it burn. No! This would be so... Well, I mean, you could Wasteland it, I guess. Add mana or ping something. I love this design. You even need an island to stop it from entering tapped. It's definitely a supremely doable card, all right? I mean, it's legit. But it looks like some... Now, this is like Modern Horizons 5 level. Is it too strong? Probably. Can't snipe turn 1. This one can. Just turn it... I mean, as long as someone went before you. It's instant speed. 1 damage to any target. You can even target someone's face. We could... Well, you know what we could... We found the combo. We got a combo on stream. Where is it? We go Seizing Lone Batis turn 1. And then we follow it up with the Witch Cannon. Game solved. I solved it. I broke the AI format. Sadly, there are even stronger cards in here. Enters tap, though? No, oh, yeah, unless I control an island, so I have to have an island first. You're not wrong. All right, yeah, you guys are right. I totally forgot about the island clause. All right, yeah, so I mean, you get a turn. Look, it's balanced. You get a whole turn with your Birds of Paradise, 100%. Yeah, you need at least 1 island first before we can use this immediately. Cool. Or you play with, I don't know, Amulet of Vigor or something. Does this hit anywhere here? Random tax, nope. Play to lose, and land with mana cost, nope. Okay, we're gonna move on. Where are we on the bingo sheet again? Nope, I don't think so. This card was too good. Only like weird cards get to be on the bingo sheet. We got Karn, the Statue Reaper. Karn's a statue now. Probably always was. Just a statue that became like sentient. It's a red, black, blue, white artifact equipment. That is a hefty mana cost for an equipment. Equip 3. Equip legendary creature. Put a bell counter on Karn Statue Reaper. Equip creature gets +1/+1 for each bell counter on Karn Statue Reaper. I can't believe how intelligible it was from beginning to end. It's like just a regular Magic the Gathering card. So put a bell, equip creature, this is weird. So every single time you equip, you put a bell counter on this. So you actually have an incentive to re-equip it to separate creatures. This is actually innovative design. I would have never have thought about this. I don't even think R&D would have ever thought. Is there anything like this in Magic the Gathering where every single time you equip to something, it triggers to give it some ability that can stack over time? It's literally infinite. The bell counter is a cost and not a triggered ability. Equip, put a bell counter on equip legendary creature. Oh, is that how it works? Oh! Whoa. So we have 2 so okay, we can equip for 3 to anything, or we equip to a legendary creature, put a bell counter on it, so we just go completely infinite. It's not a cost if it doesn't contain a colon. That's correct. No, wait a minute. So hold on. It's not a cost. This is it. What is this dash then? Cumulative equip cost. What does this card do now? Now I'm confused. Is the templating just wrong? But it's like 6 mana, come on. Come on, there's a lot of cards that are... Yeah, and you know what? You can't even use Mana Crypt or Jeweled Lotus to cast this card. Nothing. Perfectly fair, balanced as all things should be. The AI knows. The AI knows you want to break that fast mana. Unfortunately, those cards got banned before Karn's Statue Reaper got printed. Okay, okay, so it's a cumulative equip is a cool idea for a cursed weapon type. So hold on, this is some sort of cumulative upkeep of some sort. I don't know what this dash means. This card sort of doesn't make any... I'm... Okay, the way I was interpreting this is that if you equip to a legendary creature, then you get a bell counter on this. That's how I understood this card. But frankly, I would really need a judge to deeply tell us how the hell this works. Winter Fox says, wait, no, that's not how it works. It's not infinite. You equip legendary creature and then it gets 1 bell counter. Well, hold on, this is not like an equip cost because you're supposed to have a colon. So we aren't going to talk about the... No, not today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, not today. We're never missing an AI show, okay? We never miss an AI show. The AI stream is above everything. Even crazier news than that. We can talk about it tomorrow, though. The dash is correct templating for equip costs that aren't mana costs. Oh, the dash is correct for equip costs that aren't mana costs? Okay, that's good enough for me. Okay, I don't know exactly how this card is going to be good or bad, so I'm going to say... Let's say it's not doable. It's still not infinite, though. Equipping is the cost of the second ability. But to equip, you have to pay 3. Equipping is the cost? So you're saying we have to equip legendary creatures? And it's like only legendary creatures? Equip costs don't have colons, though? You know what? I don't know. Okay, this card is a bit too screwed up for me. Apparently it's too complicated for chat. It's complicated. Well, chat is. You know what? I'm not gonna say chat is one brain cell, because I think we're all confused to some degree. Okay, hold on. Old boy says. What did old boy say? Putting counter is the cost. Look at demon male. I'll just look up demon male. Okay, so we got equip creature gets +4/+2. Equip, sacrifice a creature. So, okay. So this is an alternative way. What you're telling me is this is an alternative way to equip. There are 2 ways of doing it. And this is one of them. And as a result, the second one is legit. So we can equip a legendary creature, and then the cost is actually putting a bell counter on it, which means it does go infinite, and it's broken, and it should be banned instantly. I think. It is 6 mana, and you do need a legendary creature on the battlefield. Hold on, is it that bad? This is like a Splinter Twin. And like, you still need to attack with the creature. Maybe it's fine? 6 mana? Like, you can't equip infinitely onto a creature unless each one resolves. So in response to the Karn Statue Reaper equipping, you can just kill the creature. I mean, you just blow it out of the water. It's not a big deal. Well, I mean, it's like Nadu, except Nadu is really cheap. Or like Nadu is 3 mana, the equipments were cheap. This is literally 6 mana in 4 colors. You know, this ain't easy, you know what I mean? It does need 2 legends to work. Oh yeah, because you can't re-equip to the same thing. Yeah, so you gotta swap it around. You know what, actually? The card Zybers. It's gonna pass. It's so crazy. Okay, next up. We got the Kappa Shen Quander. Some sort of thing. I want to say it's like some sort of sea creature that's metal. It's a 2 mana 5/5 Phyrexian Golem. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, counter it. Why would I want to do that? Discard a random card from your from your library. Capuchin Quander gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Holy moly! So we can. What does that mean? Discard a random card from my library. I can't discard. It's basically okay. We know what they mean. We know what it means though. We lose a random card. So basically, we attack. Oh, you don't block. Well, that was not only your first, but it's going to be your last mistake because I'm gonna discard my entire deck to kill you in one shot. Oh yeah, and it's 2 mana. Turn 3 win, baby. Well, but do you know what? Do you know what they can do? Like, they could be like, okay, I've lost. How much of your deck you have to spend? You have to spend 20 cards? Oh, no, less than that. I'm going to break out Nikachu's calculator to do very simple arithmetic here. You have 40 life, -5, which means we have to do 35 damage in multiples of 2. We need, I think we have to round that up to 18. We need to lose 18 cards of our deck in order to one-shot you. But then after we lost the 18 cards, they could play Solitude or some removal spell on it, right? It only has 5 toughness. It could die. So there's some cost to this thing. Oh, the commander damage. You're not wrong. You got to be a colorless commander deck. Okay, we gotta redo the math. So we got 21 subtract 5. That's a clean even number of 16 divided by 2. That's 8. You know what? I could even done that in my head. So yeah, well, I mean, if it's your commander, you're gonna be like, you gotta play with the scraps, right? Needs a tap to the second ability, but then it would be useless, right? You have to try to give it vigilance. It's a win the game card. Oh, is that on the bingo card? Is it trying to win the game? One card it is basically a 1-card combo. All right, we could put that there. It can win by itself. That's exactly what it will do. You put this thing on the battlefield, you attack, they don't block, they dead. Yeah, that's about it. I like it. Turn 1 win, land into Soul Ring, into Capuchin to put Anger into your graveyard. Oh! That's quite clever. So Anger gives your creatures haste. Yeah, I guess. Oh, you could just dump your entire library, but you only kill one person. Oh, you know what you could also do? Maybe play some of those Eldrazi's in your deck, where when it hits the graveyard, how many Eldrazi's are like that? Hits the graveyard, you shuffle the whole graveyard back into your deck. So you could basically, demonstrate to your opponents, okay, I'm going to infinitely, like, we're going to dump my deck into the graveyard an infinite number of times until, like, Anger's in the graveyard and this Eldrazi is not. So it's like Anger plus... Oh, wait, we can't have Anger in the deck, because Anger, it's illegal, right? Okay, we can't have... Because okay, this cannot be our commander and have Anger in the deck at the same time, because Anger is red. So that's illegal. This needs to be a completely colorless deck, which lets us play with the Eldrazi's. Yeah, Anger is red. Unless this is not our commander. You know what? Honestly, this doesn't need to be our commander at this point. We just demonstrated that we could loop this thing infinite times for infinite power with the Eldrazi's. So I think that would work out perfectly well. But Thassa's Oracle could be the commander. No, it can't. It's not legendary. Duck says, funny story. You can't even shortcut because it's a random card from your library. I know, yeah, it has to be random. We gotta spin the wheels on what card actually goes to the graveyard. Procore Games, the 7-mana card don't work whenever a creature. Oh, I missed that. Thank you very much for the super chat though. 7-mana card whenever a creature. I missed that. Okay, but thanks to your super chat, we will take a look at another card later. Yeah, this reads like you have to do each discard separately. Technically, yes. But can't you just yoink a random card out of your deck if you really need to? Actually, this would probably get banned implicitly because it's too slow. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's got Nadu vibes, you know, all over the place here. It's a random card, the top card? Yes, technically yes, actually. A random if the top of your deck is an unknown information, it's just as random as any other card, so I suppose you could keep discarding cards from the top of your deck. It's a 2-mana 5/5 that can have infinite power, but also has downside. Anyway, I think you have infinite power by just keep discarding until you hit a Eldrazi that shuffles your graveyard back into your library, and you can keep doing this over and over again. Amazing card. Busted, though. Busted! We got the Wind Slaver. I thought it was going to be Sliver for a second. It's a black, white, 2 generic, 2/4 Homerid Thrall. Now, you may have Wind Slaver enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. So it's a clone in Orzhov. That is incredibly unusual. And it's got Monstrosity 27 for the low cost of 8 mana, which I have to say, you know what? That's probably fine. So what Monstrosity is, if it's not monstrous, it becomes monstrous. Sorry, yeah, if it's never been monstrous, it becomes monstrous with like with like 27 of the counter that goes onto it. So it'd be a 29, 34, 31 creature. Yeah, 27 +1/+1s. Again, Nicholas is a huge Crab fan, probably a mill player. Might as well win at 8 mana. We're gonna try. We'll do our best. Homerid Thrall. Where are we in Homeland? We're going back to Homelands. Wizards of the Coast revisits every plane in the multiverse, and at some point we must go back to Homelands. Imagine they go back to Homelands and they make it broken. So I'm surprised Homerid is still a creature type. Absolutely. It's a copy though, so it'll be whatever you copy plus 27. Oh yeah, that's true actually. Well, it says it says you may have Windslaver. You don't have to. Any Orzhov, or sorry, not even any Mardu decks out there looking for a clone? You got it right here. There it is. Windslaver. Does this have anything to do with our AI card? No votes. References, nope. Random text. New card type. Fletcher's Reach. Play to lose. Add random. Land with mana cost. These are difficult cards. Stating the obvious, it's Zybers. Where mana cost. Good enough. If it's a copy, it won't have Monstrosity 27. Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah, you got that right, Algot. If it's a copy, we're going to lose Monstrosity 27. So it has to come into play as... This is just like, okay, you want to copy something? Go for it. Copy something. But if not, if you don't want to be a copycat, you can be your own person, and one day you can be monstrous. You can be big and strong, just like the Windslavers, all right? Windslaver doesn't need to copy anybody. Just copy itself. Okay, cool. Cool card, actually. I think that card Zybers a bit. If it's Zybers, does it hit anything? It's Zybers. All right, it's a weird clone that can be like, but it's like a vanilla creature that could be even bigger. Oh! Before we get to the Gale page, we gotta thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com. Same as every other day, but I love FusionGamingOnline.com, the first place I look to buy my Magic the Gathering cards, especially Duskmourn House of Horror. Those cards, they're seeing play in Commander, in Pioneer, in Modern, and you can pick up your cards to beef up your decks. Don't forget the deal of the week this week. Oh, this is not the deal of the week this week. We got a new deal, because there's always a new deal every week. 15% off all Cons of Tarkir block singles. You know what's there in Cons of Tarkir? They got Fetch Lands. Fetch Lands, they're great. But they also have dragons. They got a lot of dragons out there in Tarkir. At least in one timeline. And now you can get them for 15% off at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout. It's important. For 2 reasons. First, you save 5% off all your purchases at checkout, and also it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. And one big format online right now is Dual Commander, one-on-one Commander. It's so popular that it just got Tamio banned. Tamio, Inquisitive something, she inquired too much, and she was too broken. She's out of there. But you know what? It's no problem if your deck got banned in Dual Commander, because you can always rent a new one with Mana Traders. That's the thing. It's a banless saver. Don't worry about your cards getting banned. Your cards don't get banned. Mana Traders cards get banned. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_QTP. All right, I'm back to AI generated nonsense. Complete, wonderful AI generated nonsense. Starting with the Gale Page. It is a red 3 generic enchantment with landfall. Enchantment, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, target creature an opponent controls fights target player's hand. That makes no sense. This one checks a bingo box. Are you sure? Which one? Does it do something that's impossible? Votes for cute art. I don't think the art is cute at all. New card type. Obvious misspell. I don't think this hits anything. Yeah, biting the hand that feeds. Never a good idea. The flavor text. This might be this flavor text might be the most understandable flavor text ever. To understand. And land enters the battlefield. You control target creature. Opponent control fights target player's hand. They have this gigantic hand over there. So they fight every creature in your hand. I don't think it does anything. Make an opponent's mana dork fight the creatures in someone's hand. Yeah, and if it wins, you have to if the creature in play wins, you have to discard the creature. But like, you know, odds are the creatures in hand are really big and strong. That's why the crappier creatures come out first. Player is a card. Also, no, player is not a card in this situation. The card's in hand. Also, discussing the rules needs to be checked. For what? There's no rule in here. You missed no creature type a few cards ago? For what? This has a creature type. Oh, there is no creature type on the Sish. Okay, yeah, we can do that. We missed the creature type. Hold on. Okay, so I need your help, everyone. You got to take a screenshot. No creature type. There we go. We're on our way. Chat just needs one brain cell and we'll be good. I'd say that Witch's Cannon counted as cute art. It's got to be cuter. They have a lot of adorable little critters on the AI art. Anyway, it's very funny. It's very ironic. It says to understand, but I don't understand how this card works. To the Urank with this one. To the absolute Urank. I'm gonna hand it to the dumpster. Okay, next up we got Forbidden Infusion. This is a white 2 generic sorcery. Target player skips Moan Commander of those creatures controlled by one of their opponent's Goids. It's complete nonsense. Don't even try. The more brain cells you use, the more brain cells you're burning for no reason. Obvious misspell. Which one? Oh, the commander? Yeah. Okay, when target player skips Moan. What is skips Moan Commander? Even if you meant commander. Let's say this word is commander. What are we skipping? Target player skips one commander? I don't know, like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, where's the obvious misspell? It does it. Stating the obvious. Where's the misspell? Or did we do the yet? Oh, obvious misspell. All right, here we go. That's crossed off. Just trying to say commander. But even when it's trying to say commander, it still doesn't work. Oh, discussing the rules. Oh, you know what? For that equipment card, you're right. Discussing the rules. That's right. It was for that equipment. 100%. Okay, I like it. More commander, aka partner commanders. Shrug. Oh yeah, target player skips more commander of the creatures controlled. Even if we made out half of this, you're not going to tell me what a Goids is. Yeah, my Goids! You kicked me in the Goids! I think everyone heard about the rules committee quitting. It's not like they quit. They transferred their job to somebody else. That's what no one filled their space. They retired. All right, they retired. It sounds more it sounds more it sounds more nice that way. Okay, moving on. We're gonna go the Ink Gent of the Court. I thought this was gonna be like Inkjet, like this card was a printer of some sort. Okay, for a black 1/1, it's a human wizard. It's got trample, just like those badgers, 1/1 badgers. Whenever one or more creatures attacks you or a planeswalker an opponent controls, create a token that's a copy of Ink Gent of the Court. This card's amazing. I mean, this card's a great card. Whenever one or more creatures attacks you or a planeswalker an opponent controls, so you attack Bobby, I get an Ink Gent of the Court. Is this like I get a 1/1 for like literally every single creature? No, sorry, it's only one more. Okay, so one or more creature. That's still pretty good. There's nothing wrong with that. Can you print your own clones by attacking with a planeswalker? Whenever one or more creatures attacks you or a planeswalker. Yep. So if we attack, we're gonna need an inkjet print. With the way this card multiplies, we're gonna need that inkjet printer. All right, we're gonna invest in one. The price of ink is going up. HP gonna make a killing off of Wizards of the Coast here. It's almost like a collaborative effort between Hasbro. Hasbro might start selling their own printers. All right, we got Winter Fox here. Thank you. You know what? That's just thinking. Imagine Wizards of the Coast got into like the business of making printers and ink, knowing that we make proxies anyway that way. Like that's just so, that would be so big brain. Okay, Winter Fox, 1/1 trample. Tippy taps cute. The art is not cute. It's just not. It doesn't draw the game. No, it doesn't draw the game. It will just be you just create a token, that's all. You attack, you make a token, you get value. Oh my god, an HP card? What do you mean, HP printer? Copy the copy of the copy? Exactly. Well, no, wait, but you don't get to attack immediately. So you attack, you make a copy. Next turn, you can attack, you make another copy. Oh, but you have two of them in play. Holy smokes. Yeah, this is crazy. I didn't think about that. This can actually just go exponential. You only have one inkjet. So how does this work? Okay, so I attack with I attack with one or more. Only one will trigger. Now I have two. Next time somebody attacks, both will trigger. I will have 4. Then the next time someone attacks, I will have 8. It's basically Scoot Swarm. We need to get a lot of ink. We're gonna buy as much ink as possible from Best Buy. Best Buy, they'll be like, why are these Magic the Gathering players keep running out of our inventory? They're running our entire inventory of ink down. Other customers are gonna come by. Why don't you ever have ink in stock? And Best Buy's just gonna be like, Magic players, Magic players. They need to print out so many ink-jetted ink gents of the court. Creatures have to attack you or a planeswalker the opponent controls to copy. Is that right? Whenever one more creatures attack you or a planeswalker an opponent controls, create a token. No, they don't get to create. No, they don't control anything. I mean, they could just not attack, of course. But if an opponent attacks any planeswalker on the battlefield, no. If they attack my planeswalkers, we get nothing. This is really weird. But if they attack our opponents, we also get nothing. But it's only if they attack directly us, we get tokens. If they attack planeswalkers of our opponents, we get tokens. That's so weird. Captain Roomia, make sheets of blank cards that can easily be separated. Make them a priority size that requires a special printer, which requires proprietary ink. Yeah, Wizard of the Coast could do that. Yeah. Trip Fontaine says, it's too good. It won't take many attacks for it to make it, so you can't be attacked at all, and someone will have to cast a global to get out of it. I mean, what it comes down to is like if you come at the king, you best not miss. Okay, so when you attack, you gotta attack for big. You gotta go big or go home, because I mean, if you're attacking for one, you're an idiot. You'd be really stupid to do that. You have to basically try to one-shot somebody if they have a bunch of ink gents of the court on the battlefield. And, like, they all die to, like, sweepers and stuff. Will Weaver is like, this card gives me a headache. I'm just going to play Knight of Souls Betrayal. Oops, that's the wrong one. Basically, they all die in one shot. Sorry, ink gents of the court. Say hello to -1/-1 anthems. One Massacre Girl, it's all over. What's it called? That black X enchantment. Meat Hook Massacre. All the massacres. It's going to be a massacre out here. Funny story, if your creature attacks their planeswalker, you get a copy. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, we can force it really well. Yeah, this thing go I like it! I like it. It's one of the most thought-provoking cards I think the AI has spit out in a little while. It's going to be terrible to play against. Absolutely, it's Scoot Swarm 2.0. But Scoot Swarm ain't banned, okay? They didn't ban Scoot Swarm anywhere. It's just a damn mathy, stupid card. That's all. Okay, I've surprised. Oh, you will be surprised. There's nothing surprises me than you looking outside my bedroom window with that face. It's a 2-mana 2/3 Eldrazi Vampire. Whenever I've Surprise becomes tapped, destroy I've Surprise. Oh, God. Someone give this Eldrazi Vigilance! Please! Is there a doctor in the house? This is garbage. It is only blocker. To be honest, not to be honest. My old school brain was thinking 2 mana for a 2/3. That's good value. But in 2024, that's just absolute crap. I mean, it's complete nonsense. It just blocks. Also, it's an it can get buffed up by Eldrazi's, by vampires. All right, synergy, people. Not to mention, a lot of vampires are in white, so you can definitely put in a vampire deck. Has 1 extra toughness, needs a drawback to balance it. Modern Horizons -1. Yeah, or no, we have to go to 0 first. Modern Horizons 0, which you would think would be a cool set, but then actually it's starting to go backwards. If it were a 2/4, it would be decent and limited. I wouldn't know. Yeah, I guess you would just treat it as a wall. So, like, the biggest problem is, so, I mean, in theory, it can attack. In theory. So, like, it's like a wall that can attack. You just have to give it vigilance. Also, or indestructible. All right, so if you can give it indestructible, that'll work too. Give it protection. Yeah, indestructibility. Should you get that thing on the neck looked at? Well, I don't think there's any cure for Eldrazi, unfortunately. Primitive Horizons. How big would a 2-mana defender have to be to see play? I think a 2-mana 2/4 would be interesting. That might actually do it. At least in draft. I mean, in competitive play, probably nowhere. No one would care about it. I mean, the card sucks, but I mean, it's intelligible. We've seen worse. Does that hit anything? You win the game, player is a card, cuteness. Some of these are too specific. Like, how many look at it cards do we see in the series? Like, I don't know, it happens once a month. Yeah, I gave up halfway. No, it didn't give up halfway at all. Halfway, it actually got worse. Votes for choose A or A. References another card. Play to lose. Oh! Play to lose! This is a weak play to lose card. It's still a play to lose card. There's nothing. This card does nothing except, like, basically lose for us. I will give this the play to lose space. It's the closest we got here. Okay, moving on. We got Nightblade Trap. This is a white instant. I've Surprise has flying. Oh, references another, like, literally references an AI card. What the F? What? What is going on here? Okay, I've Surprise as flying, as if that matters. That's weird. Okay, so you can now block things in the air. Yeah, that's really it's very impressive. That's also insanely specific. So what? It should be free. It should be absolutely nothing. But it needs vigilance. Well, no, we can still block in the air. You know, hey, you're flying at me? All right, you're blocked. Wrong reminder text? Okay, what's the reminder? You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, then exile it. Do we have something for that? Add random mana. Look, AI gave up halfway. New card type. That should have been a square wrong reminder text. That is totally an AI thing on this show. It states something not even giving it to the creature. Well, I mean, it's telling the creature gets flying. Okay, we got Caddy's asked to kill them back in anew. Repulsive, the Sylvanium free interved and additional, sorry, in addition, as easy clists. Chaos ensue big time on this card. Stop being... It lost the thread after Ive's surprise has flying. Does this count as AI gave up halfway because of the wrong reminder text? No, I'm not going to count that. I don't like it. Doesn't say until end of turn. Oh, it's permanent. Are you saying it's broken? I'm surprised. Has flying indefinitely. It's never going away. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, they need these sort of buffs to make it playable. This literally can be played on one card. This one. That's it. This is like a buff spell to no other card in existence. Look, it has wings now. I like the continuity that we see here. So this had to have come first. I'm just curious if Nightblade Trap was designed first, Ive's Surprise has flying, and then someone made a card called Ive's Surprise. And this is the origin story. Does it go even deeper? What was the one after this? The Inkjet of the Court? Maybe Ive's Surprise was in there. Interesting. It's ongoing as long as it's on the battlefield. Ive's Surprise has flying. If it leaves the battlefield, then Ive's Surprise has no flying. That's right. It's a lord. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Okay, next up. We got Azumi Angelfish. This is a black-blue 1 generic 2/2 human warrior. When a Nezumi Angelfish enters the battlefield, clash with an opponent. If you win, all basic lands become 3/3 desert creatures until end of turn. That's scary. Oh no, but it's only until end of turn. Okay, maybe that's not nearly as scary. But still, I mean, you turn everything into a desert creature and then you wipe the board. I mean, you're going to be wiping out the lands. Each clashing player reveals the top card of their library, then puts that card onto the top or bottom. A player wins if their card has the highest mana value. Captain Rumio, thanks so much for the super chat. Yeah, the name Ive's Surprise was seeded. Yeah, absolutely. And we also have Cracker. Thank you very much for your super chat. Service from Austria. Haven't been in a live stream from you in a long time. Always missed it, but I'm back. So much love. Thank you so much, Cracker. Welcome back. Things come and go. The AI streams, they continue. It's probably fair. Probably. I mean, like, when am I playing this? I'm probably tapped out at this point. Everyone's lands are 3/3s and smash into each other. If you want to risk that. You want to block? You want to block with your land? As if we can do that. Imagine that being a house rule. It's like a free block. You can block anything with a land, but it technically has like 1 toughness or like maybe no toughness and like no power, and all it can do is prevent it. It's like a fog. Basically treat everything as a fog for 1 creature. Anyway, doable. Very doable. Not still land. You untap, your islands are useless now. It's only until end of turn. Oh, this is not a card. This is just art. Sandplar. Sandplar Phalanx. This is a 2-mana 2/1. Mind Soulment. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a Slurge counter on Sandplar Phalanx. Remove 3 Slurge counters from Sandplar Phalanx. Untap all creatures you control. Sacrifice 3 creatures. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it's a 2-mana 2/1. Upkeep, we get we get the Slurge counter. We can remove, and then we can sacrifice. So interesting, we can sack creatures to return a creature, another creature back from our graveyard, or we can remove 3 Slurge counters to untap all our creatures. You guys think danger? Is it that bad? You had to sack 3 creatures to reanimate something. Magus of the Dread Return. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. Is it broken? What's wrong with Dread Return? Except it's banned in Modern, I think. New type. New type, the Solament. The Mine Solament. I think it seems okay. This is not the most broken thing ever. You can sack itself as well. It's true, actually. It makes it strictly better than Dread Return. Dread Return the card. I like that. Magus of the Dread Return. Finally, we have a Magus for everything. This would be fine in Commander or Precon. Maybe. Whale of Darkness. Winker already exists. There are two cards that let you sack Snowlands to Fog. Oh, okay. Danger, not completely broken. We will, we see though. Cross bingo of new type. Oh, is there a new type here? Do we have a new creature type? Land, add random mana, flesh has been reached. New, okay, this is new card type, not new creature type. So it's like a new card type is like this, like creature. This is not a card type. This is a creature type. So that one doesn't count. It's got to be like, instead of creature, it's like box or something, you know? Has to be a card type. Token generators go infinite. There's a lot of token generators that go infinite. I'm fine with that. It's also instant speed reanimation. Oh yeah, that's true actually. You could go instant speed, do this everything. Sack my 3 creatures at end of turn. Return target creature back from the graveyard to the battlefield. Then we can even sack more creatures. If that triggered more creatures to come into play, then we can sack those creatures to get the original creature I just sacrificed back onto the battlefield. There's probably some looping that we could do over here. I think, don't get me wrong, I think it's strong. Hey, Google. Groid could have been a new card type, maybe. It could have been, but we don't know. We'll never know. Have the fleshes been reached? No, because we did not exile any cards from the graveyard yet. Fleshes have been reached when we it's supposed to be specifically lands get removed from the graveyard. But nothing's been exiled yet. Although to be honest, I mean this is the closest we probably could get to fleshes being reached. Don't we have a creature that makes 3 tokens when ETBs? Probably. Okay, I think this card is cool. Very, very strong. Modern Horizons 7 power level for sure. Tower of the Scheming Actune. Tapped out of colorless. Pay 1, tap. Look at the top card of your library. You see that, Winter Fox? This is your card, Winter Fox. Colorless. It's snow. It adds mana. You can even look at the top card of your library. Oh, look at it. Look at it. That's all we do. All we're doing is we're looking at it. That gets crossed off the bingo card. Unbelievable. You look at that card. Just get to look, just see it. Just take a little peek, see. Foreshadowing the future. What you can do with it, we don't know. I mean, yeah, what is the point of this? Look at the top card of your library. Oh, you could play fetch lands. Yeah, you could play fetch lands and then remove it after that. It doesn't have Shroud and Ward, so it's not Winter Fox card. It's a land, damn it. It's not a creature. It's not a 10 mana creature. Paying 1 to peek at the top card isn't terrible. Yeah, it's not terrible. This is super doable. I like it. I don't know what the rarity of this thing is. It's basically a wastes, right? You plan to turn ahead. End of turn, look at the top card of my library. Actually, that's useless at end of turn. You have to do it immediately to know what you're doing. I think its power is with fetch lands or some sort of shuffle effect. You can look at the top card of your deck. If you like it, don't shuffle this turn. Don't play anything that's going to shuffle. And then if you don't like it, shuffle it away. And then you can put a new fresh card on top. Thanks so much, Steve Cooper, for the 2 more cards. We'll take a look at 2 more cards at the end of, or at the hour mark. Are we at the hour mark? No, we're getting close, though. The sound effects are back. Oh, they're only gone for like 1 or 2 days. Okay, this is a cool card. I like it. It's not broken. That's like a new measurement now. It's not broken. Just give it a pass. Okay, we have a white 3 generic 4/5 human wizard. It's got flying. I don't know why it flies. What's called Vault 10D. When Vault 10D enters the battlefield, cloak the top card of your library. If it's a land card, create a token that's a copy of Vault 10D. Holy moly! This is probably not broken, but cloaking can go hardcore. So how does it work? I guess you have to reveal that it's a land, and then after it's a land, you get like another Vault 10D, which then, when it enters the battlefield, you cloak the top card of your deck again. Well, it can only go infinite if this is literally the only creature in your deck and it's a bunch of lands. Sounds like some YouTubers that are like, Commander deck with like 1 Vault 10D and 98 lands, effectively. How do you know it's a land if it's cloaked? You can look at the card. You're allowed to look at the card. Yeah, trust me. Yeah, just trust me, it's a land. I'm sure you're supposed to reveal it. No good. You don't reveal cloak cards. It's hard to regulate. It's very easy. Like it's like hidden. It's like information that you have privilege of. You can show it. It's not like, I mean, you don't want to. Usually, you don't want to show what the cloak card is, but you're allowed to show it. Because after all, cloak cards, you're allowed to cast them. So all you have to do is show that it's a land card, and boom, you get a token. Trust not required. Proof of purchase only required, which you can prove. It is exponential again, like Scoot Swarm. No, well, I mean, like, how many lands do you want to have in your deck? Like, you have to keep you have to keep cloaking lands. You run into an instant or a sorcerer, and it's like, that's it. That the chain ends, right? Scoot Swarm 3.0. Yeah, it flips the card from the top face down as a 2/2 creature. Yeah, but it's not exponential. I mean, unless you want to build the deck that way, which in that case, maybe you're going to put, hold on, if it's a land, create a token. I guess at that, you could stop revealing cards at some point if you make a deck with like 1 Vault 10D and 98 planes or something. Or just 98 lands, I should say. You can't check it's a land. It doesn't work. What are you talking about? Okay, hold on. Let's look up. You're allowed to see the card. I play a cloak commander deck. Hold on. Okay, I know one cloak card, and that is or do I? Maybe I'm playing. Maybe I got the card type wrong. Look up cloak. Hold on. What is the card I'm thinking of? What is the cape card? It's not. Is it a coat? No, sorry, it's coat. I think it's coat. Cryptic Coat. Enters the battlefield, cloak the top card of your library, then attach to Cryptic Coat to it. To cloak a card, put onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature with Ward 2. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. You see the card! You see the card! Cloaks a creature. This checks if it's a land as it enters. No, well, you just have to reveal it as a land. You literally get to see the card. You get to see the card. Just reveal the damn thing. So what if it's face down? Oh, I see. You might be saying like, oh, it comes into play face down. So what? Put it face up at the same time. I don't think it's that. I don't see it as that big of a deal, in my opinion. Everyone, okay? We want to do this to a vote? All right, everyone says this doesn't work. All right, well, democracy rules. It doesn't work. I like it. I like it. I don't care if it comes down. Cloak the top card of your library. It just says if it's a land card, create a token that's a copy of Vault 10D. You could reveal it afterwards. It's like cloak the top card of your library, enters the battlefield, and then like basically there's like another trigger of some sort. Josh was like, I say it works. Yes. To be fair, technically it's a creature. It's a creature card. Oh, I see what you mean. So every card cloaked is always going to be a creature. Huh. How do I interpret this? All right. It's unprintable. You know what? Maybe that makes sense. It should Croker Games says it should say reveal it if it's a land. I guess what it should say is when it enters, cloak the top card of your library. When it enters the battlefield, reveal it. If it's a land card, create a token that's a copy of Vault 10D. All right, it's time to look at some. Okay, we're gonna have. Thank you very much to everyone's super chats. Owen Bilson, Astounded Auditor. Is this a custom card? This is not a custom card show, Ron. This is AI generated. It's an AI generated show. Thank you very much for your super chat. I don't know what this is in reference to, but because of it, we will look at a few more cards. And also, Trip Fontaine, thank you so much for your super chat. We will take a look at for each one of those super chats. We'll take a look at an extra card. Okay. So the first, we have 10 cards. All right, 10 cards donated by Winter Fox. I don't know if I can keep track of all of these. Hopling, 3-mana sorcery. Destroy all the creatures. They can't be regenerated. Look each creature card in your hand. Another look at it card. Well, we hit look at it twice in one show. Unbelievable. Didn't think that was possible. All right, it's legal. It's a 3-mana sorcery. Wow, blue. Actually, hold on. This, it's not broken, but this is a 3-mana sweeper for blue, which is highly unusual. Very highly unusual for blue. You know what? I never thought for 3 in blue. No, I never understood what the big deal is having a sweeper in blue. Blue and white or blue and black go together like peanut butter and jelly. And they, like, white and black have the sweepers. Blue always leans into those colors for the removal spells, for the sweepers. Unconditional sweeper. You have to look at your creatures in hand, Rizio. Did we not? You have to look at them. And you have to be in blue, also. Pejman says, I found a solution. Vault 10D goes infinite with Ashaya Soul the Wind. Makes all creatures forest. Thus, cloak card is a land. Thus, trigger infinitely. Oh my goodness, you've done it. You crazy genius. You done it. Blue could get mass polymorph, creating a 1/1 frog for each creature destroyed or something. Oh yeah, that's possible. Can be done. Okay, I say. I mean, it's strong, but it's definitely playable. Legit card. Oger Melody. This is a 7-mana 4/4 dragon. We got dragons on the show again. Flying. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 3 or greater. Okay. And then whenever one or more creatures on the whenever one or more creatures on the battlefield sacrifice Oger Melody. Whenever one or more creatures on the battlefield, these things don't work together. Like what? No, God, please. Okay, so it costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 3 or greater. But then, if there are 1 or more creatures on the battlefield, I gotta sacrifice my Oger Melody. What the hell? It gave up well, it didn't give up halfway. It does not help. This is like this is a play to lose sort of thing. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 3 or greater. And if I literally have 1 creature on the battlefield, I gotta sacrifice the Oger Melody. Because Oger Melody will literally be the second creature. Oh, sorry, no, with 1 or more creatures. So I just need 1 creature. It just dies instantly. Yeah, Oger Melody is a creature. It will sacrifice because itself. It thinks, therefore it dies. I'm not counting this as AI gave up halfway. When the AI gives up halfway, it's like this this big long thing of text, and like half of it makes sense, the other half is complete gibberish. We didn't bust out it's a Titanic sound effect thing. If we have to play the Titanic meme sound effect, we know the AI gave up halfway. Destroy all creatures while it's on the stack. It won't even matter. It dies too. Hey, Oger Melody, did you know that you're a creature? Did you know? Does it anything else? Land with mana cost, add random mana, loyalty on a creature, new card type, flesh has been reached, votes for, chat has 1 brain cell, choose A or A, Q art, nothing. We got nothing. It's nothing here. Okay, this is a terrible card. Shouldn't even exist. Should not even exist. We have some... Oh! How the hell am I going to read this on this show? Okay, it's the Alpha Heralds. when Alpha Herald enters the battlefield, if you control 2 walls, flip Alpha Heralds into. This is the first time I've ever had to do this. We have Garrick, Changeable Lever Elemental. Garrick, Changeable Lever Elemental enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever Garrick Changeable Lever Elemental becomes tapped, or defending player create that many 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature tokens, and you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. I turned my head upside down. I could feel the blood rushing to my nose, all for that. I can't believe that. See, that is where the AI gave up halfway. Completely gave up. This should be the thumbnail, not the card, maybe. I just have to turn my head upside down. 44 flying. It doesn't explain it doesn't explain anything. There's a lot of the first side makes perfect sense. We have a 2-mana 2/2 Grizzly Bear. When it enters the battlefield, if you control 2 walls, you get to flip your Alpha Heralds. The second half is just absolute nonsense. Second side is Garrick somehow. Okay, next up. We got Furnace Bragger. This is a 3-mana 5/5 human wizard. I would say this is pretty cute art. This is the cutest art we're going to get today. All right, that's the best we're going to do. It's not bad. We've seen cuter art on this show, but it's very cartoony. Sort of reminds me of Hearthstone. It's a 5-mana 5/5 human wizard. Strategic Quarter. When Furnace Bragger enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Fire of the Mannion. Of the Could card in hand, your opponents choose one of their piles. Put a +1/+1 counter on the Furnace Bragger. We're getting all the gives up halfways on the set at the end of the show. what the F is the last half? That's AI for you folks. That's AI. Yeah, all these keywords are just sort of coming up everywhere. It's like you shook them up in a box and you just pulled them out of the box one by one to see what would happen. Fire of the Mannion of the Could card in hand. Your opponents choose one of their piles. Put a +1/+1 counter on the Furnace Bragger. Choose them piles, people, and choose them correctly. Steve Cooper says, henceforth, I argue undefined X's should be Roman numeral for 10. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Could be Roman numeral 10s. Okay, we got Fight Syndic. 4 mana for a 3/3 creature. Human Spellshaper until end of turn. It's a hell of a creature type. Defender. 2 mana creatures you control gain Shroud until end of turn. That's a pretty great ability. That is not bad about it all. Human Spellshaper character portrait. Beautiful and detailed fantasy painting. 0.2 rendered in Unreal Engine, trending on ArtStation. Oh, okay. It's actually this is some sort of computer lingo. What does it become at end of turn? Oh, the last card, I don't remember. Here, creatures control gain Shroud until end of turn. Oh, Human Spellshaper until end of turn. That's the creature type, all right? It's not like it's actually going to end at end of turn. It's end of turn for forever. It's forever end of turn. The image prompt, I suppose so. The Human Spellshaper until end of turn, best type. How did the image prompt end up as a flavor text? I don't know, and I guess we never will. Okay, this is doable card. Very doable. And we've got Hagbin Spruce. The 4 mana 4/4 God. Double your choice. I really have actually no idea what are the consequences of that. And we have another super chat from Cracker. Thanks so much, Cracker, for your super chat. Another 2, by the way. I think it's human shapeshifter until end of turn. No, it says spell shaper. Spells. It shapes the spell. There are things called spell shapers in this game. Another 2. This show's not going to be not going to end. I think this is how many of these are donated? Where did it start? I think it started here. 1, 2. We're on our 3rd. Okay, double your choice. I don't even know how that works. Choose A instead of A. What was this? Choose A or A? Oh yeah, that's like if the thing was exactly the same. Do we have a vote card? We haven't had a vote card yet today. Player is a card, you win the game. We haven't had a win the game card either. Random text only. Oh, I think we had a random text. Oh, did we have random? It was that one with the paired crap. That was absolutely random as hell. The Furnace Bragger. This is all random text at the end, as far as it's like it sort of makes a sentence, but not really. Definitely not. Okay, moving on. We got the Skullmaw Verge. This is a 3-mana 2/3 elf with Battalion. All right, attack with 3 creatures. Whenever Skullmaw Verge and at least 2 other creatures attack, creatures you control gain when this creature dies. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That is a real ability right there. Skullmaw Verge can be your commander. I see nothing wrong with this card. It's an incredible real card. This elf looks immaculate. It sounds like you guys are like, I don't know, 2 minutes behind the actual stream. All right. That's a 4th card. Moving on. The Shrieking Contest. This person looks like they've blown their ears out. Okay, this is a 2-mana sorcery. The spell can't be countered. It is it's the one with nothing of red as far as I'm concerned. Its own warnings were stronger to see. That is the greatest flavor text I think that we've ever seen on this show. Its own warnings were stronger. It warned itself. It's Storm Fuel. You could put a sorcery in your graveyard for Delirium. You could build yourself up the threshold. The possibilities are endless around here. You get to scream at the opponent. Yeah. I hate that commander! I hate Soul Ring! Yeah, swish around. Swish around was better. Swish around and find out. Crash out card. Anyway, this card... I mean, it's a legal card. I'll give it that. It's legal. It is technically legal. There's nothing illegal about this. Okay, we got the Windhoom Form. This is a 4-mana 0/1 creature with no creature type. And I don't feel like asking them what their creature type is. It's got Menace. When Wind form enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless what? Are you threatening me? This world we must protect is. Protect it from itself, I guess. It was born. This is just one of those creatures that were just born to die. Yeah, unless. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it. And like, who's gonna punish me? This is my card. It goes with Command Carda. Literally gave up halfway. It certainly gave up entirely. It was born to die. This fills the bingo. What, which bingo card? Loyalty on a creature, stating the obvious. I don't get it. Votes for. I don't think it hits anything on the bingo card. We had a new card type, by the way, until end of turn. That's not a new card type. That is a creature type. Just a reminder, card types are sorcery, instant, planeswalker, land. Those are card types. The until end of turn, that was a creature type. Those are different things. There can be, because there's an infinite number of creature types. Pabno says, and all that the Lorinx left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with one word, unless. I suppose so. Okay, this card is terrible. Is it playable? In this battlefield, sacrifice it unless. No, it's not playable. The unless not specified. Instructions unclear. Phyrexian Massa Monger. This is the 3 mana artifact player. Beast. Okay, artifact player is in fact a new card type. Because player is not a card type. That is the first one. Okay, hold on. Where's the new card type? New card type. Oh, all we need is we need chat to have one brain cell. Actually, you know what? You guys keep messing up that card type thing. So do you know what? I will give it right there. And we have a bingo. The fact that you all don't know what a card type is enough to score our first bingo of the day. Player is a card? No, the player is not the card. Player is the card type. But there are cards where you are the player playing the game. Okay, you do have one bingo. You guys literally don't know what a card type is. Still making mistakes. Okay, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, they draw 2 cards. What do you mean they? Who? The Phyrexian Massamonger. Okay, instructions unclear. Very unclear. Player is not a card. Yeah, card is a player. Yeah, there we go. The player is not a card. The card becomes the player. Okay, the card is sentient. You must kill the card to win the game. If you defeat all your other opponents, if that thing remains, you must still beat them. Cow Send. This is a 3 mana sorcery. You gain 2 life and you get to draw a card. Now the other half is Mitora Skolum. For Simic X sorcery, put target non-land permanent into their owner's library 7th from the top. It might as well be gone. Put target not. What is target? Oh, so we can hit X things too. We could hit like for Simic, and then like X is 7, put X non-land permanents into its owner's library, 7th from the top. That sounds crazy insane. Art is a banger. It's just literally the same art. One has a cow, one has a UFO spaceship. I guess they took the cow. That was the thing. So here's our cow. It makes us milk. We got to get those milk tokens so that we can pay for the dairy factory. And then we've got the Mitora Skolum. This damn UFO stole my damn cow. Farmer says cow stolen by UFOs. This and more at 5 o'clock. You just get to pay more if you want. Reading the card, it doesn't say X target, so X is useless. Oh, is that a case? For target non-land. You could be right. You win the game, choose A, votes for... No random X here. Where mana cost? Yeah, where is the mana cost for some of these cards? Duskmorn has a UFO. Oh, yeah, that's so weird that they brought UFOs. I guess because people like to be UFOs for like Halloween or something. Johnny loves this card. Always looking for a sorcery speed, gain 2 life and draw. And a 2 mana, put target non-land. It's basically blue removal or even green removal. Crap. I mean, it's coming back in 7 turns. That's a long ways away though. Gets around Chalice on 2 as always. Oh yeah, you can pay X to get around Chalice. Okay, that is definitely a great card. Next up, what is with this? Mantle of the Divinity. Okay, this is 6 mana for a 5/5 Serpent. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may transform Mantle of Divinity. What does it even transform into? Tap to add a colorless. Or you can pay 6 energy, look at the top card of your library, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So the only thing I don't know about this card is like what it transforms into. Like so at the beginning of your upkeep, you may transform it. I would literally just transform it into like the back of my magic card. It's not a creature. Oh, it's an enchantment. Oh, that could be a bingo card thing where it's like, mixed card type with like card, like instant speed enchantments or something. In this case, enchantment creatures. Transform. It probably transform. It'd be funny if you transform it, and then all it is the exact same card on the backside, but it's not an enchantment. It's just a creature. You like this card? All right. I mean, it's perfectly legal. Wait, is it X? I don't know what you mean by X. Oh, you guys must be talking about the last card. It's not quite a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I mean, it's or no, maybe you're right. It's got a lot of text on it. When the font gets small enough, yeah, I could consider that a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Coral Golem. We got 3 mana, 5/3 Ogre Warrior with cycling of 3. When you cycle Coral Golem, you may pay 3. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Coral Golem. That's it. Okay, so basically what this says is for 6 mana, you get the creature and the card. So you can either have a creature, you can have a 5/3 for 3, you can have a card for 3, or if you pay the kicker cost of 3 mana, essentially, you can have both. And actually, this creature would officially be in the graveyard, filling your graveyard. You have a copy of the creature on the battlefield. Real good cards, better than humanity. Very, very doable. 100%. It's legit. Does it hit anything? We're looking for a voting card, a choose A or A win the game, player is a card, land with mana cost, add random mana. Oh, I didn't even notice the add random mana. Flesh have been reached, loyalty on a creature, and stating the obvious. We got Strand. I gotta count. Okay, I think I didn't really count all these super chats. How many cards have we done here? Just gonna do a quick count. I think it started at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was 10. Okay, so the next one, we're going to take a look at Croker Games made a donation. And with that donation, we look at one extra card. It's going to be Strand. So a white instant. It's got Cripple Lewick. Whenever a player outcaps it this combat, the rest of first combat phase, bow hide. This is complete random nonsense. Hemedgeling ninjas talk cunt. You gain life equal to your devotion. It's funny, actually, at the end, this started making some sense. The AI just needed to warm up a little bit, all right? We act the same way in the morning. The brain is not flowing properly. And then after we get a little bit of coffee in us, then it all just starts to make sense. You gotta hide. Yeah. Bow hide. You better bow hide around here. Yeah, AI gave up the first half. It did a lot better in the second half. It was the reverse inverted gave up second half card. Next up, we're going to look at a card thanks to Winter Fox's donation. And that card is going to be the Nantuko Shows. This is a 3 mana 3/1 human archer with flying, vigilance, and lifelink. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return Nantuko Shows to its owner's hand. This is a lot of text on it. So we got flying, vigilance, and lifelink. And then if it dies, that's not a problem because whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return Nantuko Show back to your hand. This is incredible. Terrible? This is not that bad. I think this card would definitely see play. But an artifact does you have to play with like artifacts that you crack, go to the graveyard, and then get that value. Oh yeah, treasures would trigger this. Joshua, you're right. Yeah, treasures would absolutely do it. Because treasures, even if they're tokens, they are technically going to the graveyard, and they do trigger things hitting the graveyard. The second half is a downside? Second half is great. Would that only trigger if it was on the battlefield? No. This would definitely... Oh, wait a minute. Oh! It didn't say if it's in the graveyard. Backspace. Whenever artifacts put in the graveyard from the battlefield, and it's anybody's artifact, return that. Oh, I was thinking of it if it died, we bring it back from the graveyard. It doesn't even say that though. Yeah, whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return. This is terrible. This is absolute crap. Yeah, I got one brain cell in this situation too. See, I was looking at it in the lens, the light that I wanted to see it. I want to put my artifacts in the graveyard. I want to bring this back from the graveyard, but it literally doesn't say that. Right again, Crowcore Games. Right again. You get all the bragging rights today. Yeah. I think we all were like, oh, wait, what? What does that actually say? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, I mean, it's doable. We can definitely play this card. I don't know if I want to play this card. Doesn't feel like something I want to have in my 75. Next up, Captain Rumia. Thanks so much for your super chat. And with that, we will take a look at the Antigen Overgiant. This is a blue-white 2/3 core warrior. It's got double flip and also X-Pod Antigen Overgiant. Sorry, it wasn't a more entertaining card. Oh, it literally has someone in a bicycle doing a huge flip. Gotta do that double flip. Remember, it's flip. Or I guess it's flip. PH. Gotta pronounce it correctly. It's not flip, lift, it's flip. It has a flip. It does have the flips, but it's pronounced flip in this case. Maybe a relative of flibble flip, yeah. Or fibble thiff. Cracker, thanks so much for your super chat. And with that super chat, we take a look at another card. And it's going to be the Hypnoizled King. This is a 4-mana 2/2 human wizard. This is like that guy from Lord of the Rings that was possessed. Whenever Hypnoizled King deals damage to an opponent, that player draws 7 cards. Don't mind if I do! Discard a card. Hypnoizled King gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I don't know if the trade-off is worth it here. Can I draw the cards too? Okay, I tell you how this works. You gotta somehow donate this thing and get, or is it, how does this card work? I need to somehow donate this to somebody else, get them to attack me so I get the value. Yeah, donate and, yeah, basically, you gotta donate and goad. This is how it works. Donate and goad. Good with forced fruition. Yeah, it's the new archetype. Make your opponent draw their entire deck. The deck. This would work with it. Nice Shieldred. Oh, combos with Shieldred. That's right. You will get them good. Well, I mean, this is not mill. I mean, you're giving them cards. It's better when you mill those cards, they don't get to draw them. They don't get to play them. In this case, they get to play them. Although, like, are they going to attack you? They're probably just going to, the players are just going to attack each other with their own cards. Use this with Notion Thief? That doesn't work, right? We're not done this show. Don't worry, we're not done. I'm not done. It gives if I give this double strike somehow, does it make them draw 14? Absolutely. Absolutely. Double the triggers. It doesn't say combat damage, so it can make it a pinger. You're right, RJ. 100%. Ping them. Make them drown in their own card pool. Shieldred plus Orcish Bowmasters. I love how you're looking at this card, and it's not a downside. This is an upside. This is a fantastic thing. Okay. It's got combo potential. Big time combo potential. Does it hit the bingo card? We didn't get any voting cards today. Also, no, like, weird loyalty on stuff. Vizkopa, the Rune Keepers. Thanks to Steve Cooper. We're going to look at 2 more cards. This is going to be one of them. This is a 2-mana, 2/2 human wizard. Creatures you control have protection from Randors, the game. That's got to be... It's either a creature type or very specifically a card. And then for white, black, green, 10 mana. Basically, remove a +1/+1 counter from Vizkopa Rune Keepers. Put a +1/+1 counter on target soldier creature, which is not. This is not a soldier, so you can move +1/+1 counters from this to your soldiers. Pay 1 life, exile another target permanent instead of Vizkopa Rune Keepers is in the command zone. Huh? Oh, sorry. Pay 1 life, exile another target permanent instead if Vizkopa Rune Keepers is in the command zone. So if it's in the command zone. How do I use this? Because the problem is, if it's in the command zone, I can't use its ability. Right? So I somehow need to have a Rune Keepers in play and a Rune Keepers in the command zone simultaneously. Like, this is not Eminence. This last ability makes no sense. Also, why am I spending 10 mana to move one counter from one creature or another? Oh, you can make a token. You're actually you're not wrong. Okay, so first off, I have to set up a situation where I'm going to make a clone or a token that's a copy of this that is not going to get sacked for the legend rule. Then this stupid thing goes back to my command zone. I kill it. And then all of a sudden we can pay life to exile other target permanents. Instead, the instead part is it's completely useless. Floor color identity commander. Oh yeah, that too. It's blue, black, green, white. But everything has protection from Randors. Creatures you control have protection. Yeah, we have, all them Randors. You never know when Randor creatures show up. Saw it in half. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Alright. Oh, isn't Saw in half red? Damn, I don't think we can use that. That's the one color that Runekeepers doesn't let us play. Okay, it actually is a little bit too stupid. I'm not letting it pass. Okay, let's look at another card. Donated by Steve Cooper. Oh, here, this is definitely the cute card. That would definitely count as a cute card. Heartfield Shepherd. It's a 5-mana 2/2 Moose Soldier. When Heartfield Shepherd enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library face down. If you do, you lose the game! So basically, hold on. But I have to! Enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of my... It's funny. It's like, if you do that, you're going to lose the game. But also, when it enters the battlefield, you have to do that. It's over. Does that hit anything? Votes for, choose player, you win the game. Well, this is the opposite of that. It's very interesting that we don't have... it's really hard to fill up this bingo sheet. Bullwinkle, where's Rocky the Squirrel? Maybe this is Rocky, just in the shadows. Or maybe on the other side. The I want to go home card. Everyone, I'm playing Heartfield Shepherd. Thanks for inviting me out. All right, see ya, goodbye. This is what you do when you're really tired of playing the game. It's like, this is what you do when you know this game's gonna stretch on another 2 hours or whatever. Cyclonic Rift! Well, little did you know, I have the Heartfield Shepherd. I choose to go out on my own terms. All right, next super chat we got from Ron L. Thanks so much for your super chat, Ron L. Oh yeah, I think you want me to look up a card, but we don't do that on AI streams. Sorry about that. But we will look at another card. This one's called Reckon. It's a 3-mana sorcery with Transmute for 3 mana. Draw 2 cards. I think that would see serious play. I think that would be almost that is like a casual commander staple. Might even be, I don't know if it's a competitive staple, because I think players have played with crappier cards to transmute. So like you have a tutor, so you got your transmuting tutor, of course. But on top of that, if you like don't need to tutor anything, you just go take the cards, you get the value. Is it really that broken? Yeah, realist card of the day. Yeah, decent tutor. I mean, there's a lot of people who play like play with like Teleria West. How does this discard a card search your library for a card with the same mana value as this card? Oh, and the mana value is 3. It's very, very real. Yeah, we had play to lose, but you used the sack to tap. I've surprised for it. No, that's fine. So then we have another play to lose card. Okay. Wonderful, actually. It's gonna Zyber for some people. Okay, so this card is brought to us by Trip Fontaine. Thank you very much. I appreciate that you love the show. Gifts of the Speedbot. This is a blue instant. It's got Swoos! Return any number of target creatures to their owner's hands. You get double energy. That is broken! That is absolutely broken. 1 mana, bounce all my opponent's creatures, and get the energy. Yeah, I feel like we didn't see a whole lot of broken cards today. And it's like not going to be that great early on in the game because there's like nothing going on. But later, for 1 blue, you just like Cyclonic Rift your opponent's stuff back to their hand. Yeah. Swoos! That's what the sounds like. That's what it sounds like when I bounce all your creatures back. Typical blue card. Wizards, this is what's gonna fill the void with Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus Band. They're gonna make more busted cards like this. 1 mana, bounce everything. Yeah, and 2 energy. Don't forget that 2 energy that we get. We use that energy with like Rat the Skies or something. Captain Rumia says, it implies that this is an ability other cards might have. Exactly. They might have Swoost for white, destroy destroy any number of enchantments on the battlefield, get 2 energy. They could have Swoost for green, any number of creatures on the battlefield, get +3/+3 until end of turn. Yu-Gi-Oh card, not in length, but in power level. Yeah, in some sense. Nah, they're having the Marvel Stones for the bands. Oh, you think so? Okay, let's see what the stone... Oh, did they get leaked? Are the stones that powerful? I'm gonna look up some leaks after the show. I didn't look at the leaks. I can't post the leaks. The internet will get really pissy if we talk about leaks too early. All right, this card is F it. It's F it League powerful. Steve Cooper says, henceforth I argue... Oh yeah, the X. And then you want 2 more cards. Let's take a look at 2 more cards, Steve Cooper. You guys just won't let the show end anytime soon. We got the Bubbling Ancient. This is 6 mana. It's Avatar. That's a new creature type, or that's a new card type. Or I want to say like the card type is blank, and like Avatar is like the creature type. It's got no card type. Bubbling Ancient Shards, a copy of target non-land permanent. Where do we think Shards is coming from? Yeah, that's nasty. I don't know about the rest of you, but I have some idea of what sharting is. Yeah, Shards a copy. It looks like this was a shart in the first place. Avatar is used on real cards, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but like usually has a card type or whatever. Look at this art. I 100% believe a god sharded this thing out. Anyway, its controller loses 2 life and you gain 3 life. It's a 0/0 card. So it shards a copy of target non-land permanent. Can it copy itself? It's going to have an ETB, but it's dead instantly, though. That's the problem. So it actually can't copy itself. So I guess what you... Okay, so here's the deal. We need an Anthem effect in play that gives +1/+1 to all avatars. Next, you play Bubbling Ancient. When you shart a copy of target non-land permanent, you shart this thing. So you get a copy. Its control loses 2 life and you gain 3 life. Its control loses 2 life, but then you gain 3 life. So we lose, but then we gain. So we net 1 life. So I think that makes infinite creatures. I think it's infinite creatures and infinite life, and then you could end at in the end. Infinite sharts and infinite life. That's right. Shart at will, my coffee crew. Shart at will. Don't be afraid. Be proud. Shart away. Not a creature, so it doesn't die. I don't know how this would work, actually. Maybe it's immortal. I don't know. I really don't know how to interpret this card, period. Like, what is a creature with 0 power? What, do we consider this like an artifact? Yeah, but you're not coming back to my commander table. Nikachu, did you shard again? Nikachu makes a literal master plan to make that card playable. Oh yes, I got it all up here. Everybody, I got it all up here. Anyway, this card, it doesn't make enough sense. Like, I will agree. The fact that it's a 0/0 and is not a creature leaves a lot to wonder how that card would work in the first place. Seismic Horror. Blue, blue, blue. 2 generic for a 4 loyalty planeswalker. +2. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. That is insane. It's just tutoring every single turn. And it goes straight to 6 loyalty. -3, create 2 1/1 white knight creature tokens with vigilance. This is terrible. What a crappy -3. -7, discard your hand, then draw X cards. And you gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand. That's cool. That's sort of cool in the end. So I don't know, is this any good or bad? It's got a useless X. No, it's not. Where X is the number of cards in your hand. So it's not completely useless. Discard. You have to discard your hand, and you draw X cards. So you basically discard your hand. It's like a windfall, effectively. Why is X always 0? Where X is the number of cards in your hand. I think it checks. Oh God, I see. Yeah. Okay, we discard our hand. We have no cards in hand. We draw X cards, which is going to be 0 at this point, and we gain X life, where X is the number of cards in your hand, which we don't have anymore. Well, how is Windfall worded? Oh, it doesn't have X in here at all. If I understand correctly. Each player discards their hand, then draws cards equal to the... Okay, yeah. That makes this really bad. Okay, well, look, they gotta balance it out for the first ability. I guess it's just a 5-mana, like, tutoring machine, then, because the other 2 abilities are useless. Yeah, last effect is just a 1 with nothing. You can't even gain any life off of this. Oh, okay, no, hold on, I was trying to think. No, okay, it doesn't work. I was thinking, if there was a way that if you discard cards, you would trigger something to make you draw cards. So if you drew cards, then you would have cards in your hand. But no, this whole ability has to resolve first before anything else happens. Okay, next up, we got Cracker. Another 2. Okay, we take a look at another 2, Cracker. Thanks for your super chat. We have another Planeswalker. Jessian, Honored of Beacon. This is a 4-mana fairy pit with 2 loyalty. Pay 0. Tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls. -2. I have to say also this is 0. Tap target non-land permanent opponent controls. Pretty fair for a 0. -2, which would kill it instantly. Target player draws a card. -X. Create X 5/3 blue bird artifact creature tokens with flying. I do not think this card is worth doing anything with except the -X. That's it. Just 4 mana, put 10 power in play. Artifact power. But it does have an activated ability. Pay 2, tap, sack an artifact, put a loyalty counter on Jessian, then draw a card. Oh, there actually is some point to keeping this on the battlefield. Can I activate this ability? I don't think it has summoning. It's not like artifacts have summoning sickness, so I don't know why a Planeswalker would have summoning sickness either. Okay, so for 6 mana, we can, like, add loyalty to this thing. Yeah, last ability. So if we have, what, 6 mana, we play this, we tap it, we get a counter, then we can go -X equals 3? Or it's X. Like, we could go -X equals 2 and then keep 1 loyalty on it. Joshua thinks it's playable. Enjoy that you can make it work. Yeah, we're making it work around here. You can sack the 5/3. I'm not sacking no 5/3. If a spell or activated ability has an X in its cost and or its text, and the value of X is defined by the text of that spell or ability, then that's the value of X while that ability is on the stack. Oh, really? Oh, so for that last one, that Planeswalker was actually more playable because at the time that the ability was played, the X is going to be noting the cards in hand. That's interesting. Not as it resolves. Yeah, but you just have to have another card that says when you discard a card, you draw. I think this card's really cool. Might even be... it might actually be busted. It's literally 4... Okay, I gotta think. Hold on, let me think about this again. It's 4 mana for 10 power in play. Is that fair? 2 5/3 blue bird artifact creature tokens with flying. Is that fair? Ugh, maybe in Commander it's okay. Maybe. Yeah, I know. The 4 for 2 5/3 flyers is pretty damn strong. Not to mention you get proliferate on this thing. Maybe it's all over. Was the last one for 2 super chats? I can't remember. I think it was. Incarnate. 2 mana artifact and equipment. You got to equip for 2 mana. Equipped creature gets +3/+0. And as long as equipped creature is a colorless creature, it has base power toughness 11/11 and loses indestructible. Damn, I lost my indestructible, but we gained is an 11/11 creature. So basically, it's giving +14. No, sorry, it is just literally turning the creature into a 14/11 creature. So long as it's colorless. Equip for it. So basically, Ornithopter, turn 1. Turn 2, Incarnate. Turn 3, Smash ya for 14. Yep, put it straight on the Ornithopter. Ornithopter, I'm sorry, but you're about to lose your Indestructible. I never had it in the first place. Well, that's good. You like the art? Yeah, it reminds us of the, it looks identical to the, what was it called? That sort of like masterpiece set. It was a really cool masterpiece set at the time. Oh my, yeah, all your custom creatures get buffed up, Winter Fox. I mean, so long as they don't have Shroud. Okay, next up, we got Captain Rumia. Too bad I've got Randor's the Movie. Randor's the Movie? Randor's the Movie it is. Okay, we looked at with that super chat. Thanks so much. We're going to look at another card. No Cordy. I don't know what that means. Okay, red colorless 1x legendary artifact. Add red for each high goad it. At the beginning of the next end step, if that you cast this spell or creature spell this way, it loses Elbrast or level costs 1 less to cast. Search your library for an instant or sorcery card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Holy crap! I don't think you could like word a more messed up card here. It's not even like, it's like you specifically have to find an instant or sorcery card and put it onto the battlefield tapped, as if that even makes a difference. This art is very much Chaos Ensues. This is Chaos Ensues incarnate. No courting around here. Also doesn't even specify X. Hey guys, help me resolve this card. Everyone just sort of looks at it for a second. You know what? I think that card is going to be banned in our play group. Yeah, Brain Destroyer the card. Random Mana. Hello, Octopus. Thanks so much for your super chat. Just joined in, so want to see at least one more. We will definitely take a look at one more. So we're gonna look at Paul. We're gonna look at Paul Becker's right now. This card's obvious. This last card's obvious disqualified. Oh no, we've looped right around. We've made full circle to last week's card, so we have to go deeper. We gotta go to Rosewater Uncurated. This is the most unhinged. If you donate enough super chats. Bingo sheet random mana. No, that one doesn't count. That last one doesn't count. This card, we saw this last week. This is this week. So we're gonna look at Lord of Blood Harvester. Looks like a catch. This is a cute card. If I would love to say hit that thing at the cute card twice. Okay, it's for 3 mana. It's a 3/3 elemental incarnation. And creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That's it. I mean, this is just the most realist card I've ever seen. This is our second most, yeah, this is the second most real card today. That is just a doable card. For the red creature players. I have a feeling this would not even see much play in an actual red deck. Okay, next up. We've got Croker Games with another super chat. Moose, that loose game is Beamtown Bullies tech. Oh, the Moose thing? I don't know how you use it, though. The Full Glorier. It's a 3 mana instant. Counter target spell unless its controller has Full Glorier. Deal 1 damage to each creature and each player. It's just, I guess you just gotta threaten a token player with this thing. All right, what do you want to keep? Your creatures or the card on the stack? The choice is yours. Because that's the only way that this card is going to threaten them. I think this card is interesting. I think it's definitely playable. Blueburn. Yeah, Blueburn is back on the menu. Blueburn. It's pretty bad. It's not, well, yeah, it's the Vexing Devil. It's literally the Vexing Devil of, like, blue counter spells. And it's, like, 3 mana, which is just terrible. The Vexing mana of, the Vexing Devil of counter spells. Could be a mana or so cheaper. Probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, blue pestilence. Remember, the choice is up to our opponents, and if they choose no, then we get nothing. Okay, but it is definitely playable. And then we get to your super chat. Thanks so much, Hollow Octopus. I'll give you another super chat sound effect for that. Volrath's Valor. 3 mana for an instant. It's got Cascade and Retrace. What the hell does that mean? You can cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to its paying its other costs. Oh my god! We're going to have a 3 mana instant that can basically always fetch out another card from our deck. As long as we keep discarding land cards. Volrath's Valor deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. And it's a blue burn spell. Blue burn, like we said earlier, back on the menu. Retrace? No, that's a real mechanic, actually. Retrace is a real mechanic. It's basically you discard... You can even see it on the ultimate of Wrenn and 6. You discard a land, and you can play instants and sorceries. Or sorry, you can play... What is it? You can play... Discard this card from your graveyard. So you can cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to it paying its other costs. So when Retrace is on a specific card, you can discard lands to recast it from the graveyard. Hold on, yeah, and you can do it perpetually over and over and over and over again. It doesn't get exiled. Paul Becker is looking for this their entire life. Cascade, recast, and burn. Yep, exactly. Recast and over again. So basically, you can't flood out because all the lands get turned into Cascade cards with burn shocks and everything. Cleats was a black card, right? I don't remember. Cheaper Throes of Chaos in blue. I actually think this card's broken. I'm just gonna put out. I think it's broken. You can put things like cheap cards in your deck. You can put Ancestral Visions. You can put Crashing Footfalls. You can put anyway. There's a lot of great cards you could cascade directly into. But the most backbreaking thing is you can do it over and over and over and over again. So you just have you just make sure all your 2s and below are bombs, and you'll just instant speed always draw into them no matter what. And basically shock people at the same time. The Wombo combo. All right, everyone. That's it for today. How do we do on our bingo card? Not that great, to be honest. We've done better. Stating the obvious, where the mana cost. Yeah, everything had a mana cost today. That was unbelievable. Player's a card. That would have been hard. We didn't have a single you win the game card all day. I feel like that's impossible. It's just absolutely impossible. But whatever. We got 1 bingo, all right? We got 1 bingo. Something that we can be very proud of. And as usual, my coffee crew. If you want to be part of the show, you got to be here. 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, if you're a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And thanks to the coffee crew for being here today, making the show what it is. Thanks so much to Shadow Walker, to Jordan. We got Cracker, Steve Cooper, Benjamin. We've got Dinglebag, Toads, Hollow Octopus, Winter Fox, Pabno, Crocor Games, Vac, David, Shieldvold. We got the Damn Draws, the Jaded, Richard, and more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep bringing up them coffees, and we'll keep bringing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next